Alpha.
Hi, I'm Sam Pilling from Sony UK and I work in the training department. At times like these it can feel like there's precious little to take photos of other than maybe the bird table. But actually, with our wide range of macro lenses, there's a whole world of photography without even leaving the house. Let's take a look at 3 of the lenses that Wilkinson cameras range online and in store. First lens out of my camera bag is the 30mm macro. Now this is an APS-C lens, so I'll be pairing it with my A6600. This keeps form factor really small, and it's great because the macro lens can fit in your camera bag without taking up too much space, and not every photo you're going to take is going to be a macro image. Now, it's worth saying that this is my camera and my lens, and it's seen a fair bit of wear, but it's got a full metal jacket, so it's really well protected, and it features this unique postbox style hood, which is designed to allow you to get as close as possible to your subject without the hood actually touching it. It's a really clever design, and it means when I'm shooting pictures of flowers like this, I can get right up close and capture all the intricate detail from inside the flower. This camera features 7 aperture blades, which keeps bokeh really smooth and not angular. This lens as well is a 30mm lens, so quite wide angle, but it's a great focal length for telling a story with, for setting some landscape to. It's also a 1:1 macro lens, so it can recreate the image of your object on the sensor at the same size as it is in real life. One of the great things about the 30mm macro is its form factor. It's really small and it's really light. In fact, it only weighs 138 grams. That means it's great for keeping in your camera bag for when you do see those macro shots, because not every shot you take is going to be a macro one. Anyway, we don't just make APS-C lenses here at Sony, and in Wilkinson's you'll find a wide range of full-frame lenses as well. The next lens to look at is our 50mm. This is the 50mm macro, and this is a full-frame lens. It's still small and compact, and it's a 50mm f2.8, so you could use it for portraits. It has 7 aperture blades, so you'll get smoothly defocused backgrounds, and on the side you'll find a set of controls, a manual focus switch, a custom key, and a focus limiter. Now the custom key is really useful. There's a whole heap of different operations we can assign to it, such as in this particular case, turning the autofocus on. This means that when I'm composing my shot, I have slightly more freedom over when I want the camera to focus. I can still of course use the AF on button on the back of the camera or the shutter release. As this is macro photography, let's have a look at another custom function we could assign to the key that'll help us with our focusing, because quite often you'll want to focus manually. The focus magnifier will cycle through enlargements of the view up to 11.9 times to help you manually focus the camera. You see that through either the OLED viewfinder or the screen on the back. Now, just because this is a full-frame lens doesn't mean it's limited to full-frame users. Let's bring my A6600 back in, which has got an APS-C size sensor, and put the 50mm on the front of that. Because it's what we call a crop sensor, the macro becomes more powerful, going from being a 50mm, which you see in the shots here, to being a 75mm on the front of the 6600. So this is a great alternative to the 30mm macro for APS-C users. I have one more lens to look at, and it's one of our G Series lenses. It's multiple award winning, and it's our 90mm macro lens. It's currently the most powerful macro lens in our range. So here it is, the 90mm macro, and as a G Series lens, each one is individually tested and calibrated to give you the purest image quality. It also has image stabilization, optical steady shot, so as well as having image stabilization in the body of something like an A7 Mark III, it's also in the lens. And we have a series of controls on the side, but no manual focus control on this one. And that's because it's got a really smart system of pulling the focus ring backwards and forwards to engage the manual focus system. It's really quick and easy to take control of the focusing system so you can really fine tune it when shooting those difficult macro shots. And of course, I want to play with this on my 6600, and again with the 6600 we have image stabilization built into the body and into the lens, so 5-axis image stabilization, great for detailed macros. So there you have it, 3 different macro lenses, all with different characteristics, all of which that can provide fantastic close-up photography. You'll find this range of Sony lenses on the Wilkinson's website and in store. But for now, thanks for watching.